Good afternoon, everyone. Wow, what a change in the weather. It's gone from being almost being impossible to stay outside with the heat and the sun to having the most horrendous rainstorms and then masses of wind. So I've been tidying up a little bit of the wood store today and going through some lengths of larch, some ash, and pulled out a few more saws which haven't had a run for a while. And I thought I would show today another one owner saw. And I say one owner, actually technically this saw's had two owners, but I bought this saw from another collector, and he'd never cut with it and I've never cut with it. Well, strictly not true. I did one cut with it when I had her, and then she's not been used since. And she is one of the iconic Stihl 051s, 89cc, thumper 52mm piston, 42mm stroke, and so I've had 3 or 4 one owner 051s, and really unfortunately the last one, which some of you may have seen the video for, that I went to a gentleman in Norway, Eldat, was, and it's a warning I guess for any of us sending stuff abroad, that was seized by customs, and I'm told it's not coming back, and it isn't coming back. And so there's a rule for certain countries that anything up to 50 years old or 50 years and above can be classed as an antique, and they don't allow import or export of it. So that saw was taken. So I thought I'd show you one of my other one owner saws, and very interesting, these engines. They have amazing history from the early 70s when they were points ignition to a few years later when they switched to electronic ignition, and then the later ones again went to an electronic quick stop. And there's, I think, about 4 different ignition variations depending on what you have. So this one sits somewhere in the middle. She's absolutely sublime condition, and what is there to be aware of that she's had done? Hardly anything done. Shout out Rich, I had some spares the other day, so I had a crack in the rear handle, managed to pick up a donor saw, so the back is now perfect. The only other damage on her, and it's a strange thing because I've seen this several times, but I haven't changed it. And some of you, if you notice this little nick here, will already know how people break these knuckle guards. You might think to start with it's been put down or something's fallen against it, but in fact I should have brought the spanner out as well. But actually, when you undo the spark plugs, if you don't undo them carefully, when you push the lever down, people end up breaking that knuckle guard with the spark plug spanner. Strange but true. Okay, so this girl's going to be coming up for sale then, because I have confirmation one of my other Contras is arriving, and there's only so many saws I can keep. So she is running a beautiful Stihl 25-inch Duramatic, so solid nose guide bar, period bar. She's running a genuine Stihl semi-chiseled chain, and I believe she was sharp. Undoubtedly could possibly be dressed, but I believe she's sharp. Well, we'll soon put it to the test anyway. So 5.5 horsepower, just under 90 cc's. And what else has been changed on her? So she had new vac and fuel lines, had the correct Stihl starter assembly rebuild just to freshen her up. It was working anyway when I had her, but just liked having that in there. Had a brand new NGK plug. She hasn't done anything, but you know, she's got the correct BPM 6RA, I think it is, for those, or the WSR 6Fs, the Bosch, the special edition in blue. So brand new plug. Everything else is as is on her. She's gorgeous. So let me show you how she performs. They're beautiful saws to use, and so I've got a bit of 18-inch larch. I'll do a couple of cuts and hopefully suit up one of you guys out there. So if you're after something which is in staggering condition, just staggering all the way around. With the exception of this tiny piece here. Every screw around the chassis, I should state as well, is all steel. Beautiful, all steel chassis, and with the exception of the two guide bar nuts, I changed those to these passivated hardened steel guide bar nuts, just because the other ones were slightly marked. I still have them. I might still post them out with the saw, in fact, but as a finishing touch, I like those. I think they look really cool. Beautiful running engine, and can run 32 to a 36-inch bar, depending on what documentation you read. In a word, guys, they are spectacular. You can almost just feel the weight of the saw just pulling it through the wood. They're just, that's why it's one of my favourite early 70s, kind of in the 90cc bracket. Although I do love, I guess the 285 CD is spectacular, like like its bigger brother, and yeah. Actually, there's a load of saws in that category which are spectacular, but she's a special girl. I'm not sure whether or not it's the weight of the saw. I've spoken about this before, and the weight on the crank and how much torque they have, but it's such a satisfying saw to use, and yeah, such a satisfying tool to use. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll take some nice pictures of her and clean her again within as clean as she can be. She'll look beautiful, and I hope to show a little later one of my special edition silver 112 Dolmars 80s saw, never cut with her. And again, I bought her from a collector and he never cut with her, and she's in astounding condition, even better than the 51. And this girl's beautiful, but she's just sensational. Guys, thanks for watching. Bye for now.